What's up, guys? No Talent Gamer with another movie review. This one here is for Fight or Flight. I saw this bad boy Monday. It was the mystery movie, so I didn't really technically know what it was for the mystery movie, but I kind of put two and two together based on the rating and movies that were coming out this week, as well as the length. It's not an exact length when they tell you the mystery movie Monday at Regal. It's usually, as long as it's within 10 minutes of that, you can usually have a pretty good guess of when the movie is. And yeah, so I was pretty excited to see this one. And Josh Hartnett, who's actually in this movie, the main star, he actually had a little message for all the Regal Cinema people that were there for mystery movie night. So that was pretty cool. So I had a little personal message to enjoy the movie, which I like. I like that stuff. I think that's pretty cool. And let's go over the synopsis real quick before we go into the director, writer, and all that stuff. This is, let's see, mercenary takes on the job of tracking down a target on a plane, but must protect her when they're surrounded by people trying to kill both of them. So yeah, so essentially he gets into this mix-up. He used to work for some agencies, and now he needed to find this person and protect them, and he ends up getting on this plane, and it's a wild ride. That's pretty much it. If you liked Bullet Train, this is essentially Bullet Train, but in a plane. It's pretty much the exact, I shouldn't say the exact same thing, but it's definitely the same general idea. So if you liked Bullet Train, chances are you're gonna like this one. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really, really cool. I was pretty excited. Check the trailer out before you go. See if it's something up your alley, but this is an action comedy for sure. And it does have like John Wick elements, like he is, awesome at fighting, but it's not to that level. Nothing like that. It's just good old action, and like I said, it's just like Bullet Train, like Brad Pitt was on the train in Bullet Train. And this one was directed by James Madigan, written by Brooks McLaren and DJ Kotrana. It stars Josh Hartnett, Charendra Chandran, and Katie Sackhoff. Katie Sackhoff is, I believe she is the one in Mandalorian. I know she's definitely in that one. But let's go over the action. I thought the action was cool. The movie is an hour and 37 minutes, and I will say the first 25 minutes are probably them setting everything up, which is necessary. You have to set things up. I just think it was kind of slow in the beginning for me, because I was ready to get to the crazy stuff, everything that happens on this plane. And it was just kind of slow for me, a little too slow for me in the beginning. I feel like, I know they were trying to set up the story and everything, which is, you're supposed to, but at the same time, I just don't think that, I think it could have been done a little differently. I think they added things in there that just didn't need to be said or even really talked about. You could have conveyed your message more by saying less. And I think that would have benefited the movie a little more. Because like I said, the beginning is pretty slow for me. But once you start realizing that people are on to get this person on a plane, that's when the things heat up, which is really, really cool. And like I said, I love the choreography. The choreography is real cool. The fight scenes they're in your face. I really, really like that. And this movie is gory. I will say that. It is gory. He does have a chainsaw in this. I will say that. And it does get very, very gory in here. So, but it's over the top gore, but it's still, I will say it's still gory. So keep that in mind. If you get kind of queasy around that stuff, it does get gory. But I like that stuff. I love it. I think it was awesome just because it's so over the top. You're supposed to have all this gore. And like I said, once the movie actually starts and you realize, what the main thing is that's going on, who's fighting who and all that stuff. And once people start, these assassins that are on this plane, not everybody is a killer on this plane. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of people that are, but not everybody on the plane is an assassin. The trailer kind of makes you think that literally every single person on this plane is a killer, and it's not true. There are civilians in this as well. But when that action does start, buckle up, because it gets really, really crazy. Very, very good. I think Josh Hartnett was really, really good in this. I definitely liked him more than that crappy Trap, whatever his name was, the dude from the Sixth Sense director. I'm pulling a blank on his name, but yeah, this is way better than that movie. I think Josh Hartnett does a way better job. It's got a lot of people in here that I kind of seen in other movies, so I was kind of familiar with quite a few of them that were in other action movies, and I'm like, oh, I remember that guy in this movie. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I think the people that they had to fight for all the fight scenes, I think the choreography was great. I think they did a great job. Like I said, just a little slow in the beginning, but once it picked up, it started going, and it was cool. So I enjoyed it thoroughly. But yeah, I'll probably give this one just for the slowness, and I think it could have been handled a little differently. And some of the lines that they said, you almost knew where the joke was going and what they were going to say before they said it. It's kind of those setups. You're like, okay, I know they're going to say this, because they said this earlier. You can kind of know that that's how a lot of the humor was in this. That was kind of predictable on what they were going to do. So I didn't find it as funny, but they were trying to be funny, if that makes sense. So I would just say 7.5, almost 8, but just for those items that I talked about, it just didn't reach the 8 for me. But definitely a 7.5. And if you liked Bullet Train, you're going to like this movie. I can almost guarantee it. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and leave it at that, 7.5. Check this one out if you're in the mood. If you like Bullet Train, go check it out in theaters. I think it's really cool. If maybe if your theater has an IMAX, it might be pretty cool to see all that, the chaos and blood and gore and all that stuff. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. As always, thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe down below. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one, and thank you for watching.